Welcome back. In today's lecture, we're gonna discuss which model predict Titanic survival best. It's a very important question to ask yourself why we compare models. To answer this, I'm gonna start you just already build your first machine learning model using logistic regression. That was your first one. But now it's time to know that real machine learning professionals never stop at one model. They compare. So today, we run a machine learning battle royale. 5 algorithms, 1 data set, and just one goal. Predict Titanic survival. Let the show start. Once anyone gonna ask you why you gonna bother yourself testing so many models, isn't one enough? You just answer him by accuracy. Some models are simple but weak. Others are slow but smart. It's like cooking. You can use a microwave or a full kitchen. We need to know which one works best for this problem. So let's have here a quick recap about our previous example. We are working with the Titanic dataset. As you remember, we have cleaned it, we dropped the cabin, and even we filled the age. And now before we run our battle of model, let's make sure our data is ready for battle. You have to know the first rule here. Machine learning model don't understand the text, only numbers. So we need to make sure our features are fully numeric, clean, and model ready. Let's get back again to our Excel file and let's have here a look about the 6 column. It have male and female. To do that step by step, I will go back again and let's scroll down here and let's add a new section of the code. And the first thing here, you have to have a new variable, call it features. And inside this one, all you want to do is just like prepare all your features name starting from B class, sex, age, and etc. Now let's talk about the troublemaker here. 6. It's still text, male and female. We need to convert it to number. Why? Because if we pass it as a raw text into a model, it will crash harder than Windows 98. So here, let's use bd.getDummies. I'm gonna add a new code here and paste my script. Just straightforward, bd.getDummies, and that one gonna convert your column into a binary column using one hot encoding, which is gonna be 1 for male and 0 for female. And for drop underscore first equal true, that one gonna avoid the dummy variable trap. No redundancy, just clean encoding. And I think now we have a beautiful all numeric feature set. Let's look at it. I'm gonna add here a new code. And just like straightforward, we're gonna paste it here x.head. And to execute it, voila, we have here 6 underscore male, which is gonna have true or false. Boom, your X is ready. We have got P class, all numeric, age, all numeric, all of them are numeric. And that's exactly our target. And now let's grab our label column. That's what we want the model to predict. And here, y if it's gonna equal 1 means survive, 0 means didn't survive. It's binary, just like the exam, pass or fail, live or unfortunately not. The next part here, we're gonna set up a reusable evaluation function. What I would like to say here is gonna be like one function to test them all. It's like a challenge, I understand that. So far we have cleaned the data, right? We prepared our input and output, and even we split our data set. Now we are ready to start comparing multi-models. So let's do it in a smart way. Let's build one clean professional function that will train and evaluate any function we throw at it. This call it an evaluation engine. Let's get back again to Visual Code. And first of all, we're gonna have here more space, and I would like to add here from scikit-learn.matrices, I'm gonna import accuracy score. This is gonna be my first step. We wanted to understand what's basically the accuracy score function. This is one of the most commonly used matrices in classification problem. It measures the percentage of correct predictions. So If our model make 100 prediction, okay, and 87 are correct, that's call it 87% accurate. So it's a quick, simple, and a good starting point. Now let's write the function here. And after that, first we have to define a function, call it evaluate model. This function, evaluate model, is gonna take any scikit-learn compatible model object as an input. It could be a logistic regression, random forest, SVM, anything that support .fit and .predict. This gonna makes your code dry. It's like don't repeat yourself. It's a clean, modular, and you will use this technique in hundreds of your projects. Second line here, model.fit. X train and Y train. Here we are training the model, right? That's why we are using .fit. That one, it's a method every machine learning algorithm and scikit-learn used to learn better in the training data, which are gonna accept here two parameters. The first parameter gonna be X train, the input, in our case, the feature itself, like age, fair, etc. Y underscore train gonna be the outcome. It's like who survived, 1 definitely 1, and who didn't is just 0. And here I'm gonna ask you a question, and please put your answer in the form. What's gonna happen if you accidentally train on the entire dataset instead of just X underscore train? The next line here, prediction equal model.predict. After training the model, it's ready to make prediction, right? We now use .predict to feed the unseen test data, which is gonna be in our case the parameter equal X underscore test. That one, it will output a list of zeros and ones, a guess on who survived the Titanic and who's not. Let me give you a real world example. This is like a doctor being trained on past patient data and then asked to diagnose a brand new patient without knowing the outcome. Will the doctor guess it right? That's what we measure next. In the next line here, which is gonna be line number 4, we are measuring the quality of those prediction by comparing them to the actual survival values. Yes, which they are already kept inside Y underscore test. So if Y underscore test equal some data and prediction equal some other data, then we're gonna check how many are correct out of whatever, and from there we're gonna calculate the accuracy. So in case it's gonna be 4 out of 5 are correct, that means accuracy is 80%. And this is how well did the model really perform on data it never saw before. So after we explain how to use the evaluate model and we understand right now each and everything inside it, as we can see, X train and Y train is not defined yet. Even X test and Y test is not defined yet. So the variables here don't exist yet in your current notebook cell. Now that our data is clean and our label are ready to go, it's time to evaluate our first ever machine learning model. But here's the thing. I don't just want hack things together. I wanted to show you how Bruce do it in a real project. Basically, the round here, and by end is just 2, just format the final score to decimal places. Because no one like a messy report card, right? And for now, we know that we did here a mistake because we rushed directly into a model training. But there is a very important step before that, call it splitting your data. And if we're gonna move right now to model building, it's gonna crash because it's only so one class of data. That's actually a powerful moment for you to see because real machine learning is not error-free. And for now, I will ignore this kind of issue and I will proceed on to teach you how to debug in the future. We know that we prepared our data and we built our evaluation engine. It's time to test our very first model, which is gonna crash right now. So here we're gonna paste the code of logistic regression, and once you're gonna execute, we're gonna find here an issue. So if you are wondering why this crashed, you should ask yourself what's the cause of this issue. You can find here clearly it's from evaluate_model. It's very clear that the model is trying to train, but the y_train data that we fed into only contains one type of label. That's meaning maybe only survivor or only non-survivor made it into the training set. And if you think about it logically, you can teach a model to differentiate between classes when it's only seen one class. So right now we want to prove this kind of value error. So I will scroll down here, and inside the code section we want to feed it with another script, which I'm gonna call it y_train.value_count. But here, as you can see, the 213 didn't make it. They are non-survivor and 121 are survivors. So Darwish, both classes are present, which means this is not the reason our logistic regression.fit crash. So the question here, what's still going wrong? So let's revisit here our original error. Alright, so we just hit one of the most common and most frustrating error in the beginner machine learning. The problem that wasn't with the model, if you scroll up, wasn't with the label distribution or the function. The issue is we never split our data. We never went to training and testing set, which means the model had nothing to train on. So we're gonna scroll down here, and inside a new code section, we're gonna paste up this new code. After that, we're gonna execute it. And to understand what's going on here, we are just splitting the full data set to be 20% for testing and the other for training. And that one, brother, it's very important because it's gonna make sure we keep the balance between survivor and non-survivor. And now, before we proceed, we have here a clear error. It's called input x contains none. So it's very important to add a new section of code here to drop missing values. And let's execute out this one. And then resplit your data again. So we're gonna add here a new section. After that, execute it. And then we have to redefine the evaluation function. It's very, very important. Otherwise, we're gonna point to all the data. So here, and the last step, we're gonna try our model. So we're gonna run here our code, and boom, brother, it works. As you can see, this time the model finally told us what's really needed. No missing values, and that's it. Real machine learning models don't like holes inside the data. Always try to drop any kind of rows that is missing values. You have to fill it or drop it. Honestly, I'm glad we hit these errors because we just saw it together. Wasn't just model training, it was real machine learning. First, we missed the splitting the data and our model had nothing to train on. Then we fix it by splitting the data, but we forgot that the data had missing values, and logistic regression doesn't play nice with missing values. And now we finally got the beautiful accuracy score back from our first model. It's clean, it's working, it's ready. So if you stuck with me through this, you are not just a beginner anymore. you have already experienced real model training and real frustration that make you ready for the next level. In the next video, we don't stop at one model, brother. We're gonna bring it all random forest, SVM, etc. side by side. That's when things get fun. See you in the next video.